Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today what I have for you is episode 19 of my Football Manager 23 save with #United. If you do go on to enjoy today's video, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. If you could try and hit 20 likes on today's episode, that'd be massively appreciated. Subscribe if you're new as well. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so please make sure you are subscribed if you haven't already with that post notification bell on. It's free to do so and it does massively help out. Drop a comment in as well down in the comment section down below to help boost the video in YouTube algorithm. Now, since you were last with us, we have probably fallen out of the title race a little bit. We're still well within that playoff shout, but the title race is slowly slipping away. We've got two tough games in today's episode. Make sure to drop a like on there for me. Subscribe if you are new as well. Let's get into it. There has been some transfer news. Harry Haysom has left the club, being one of the longest serving members at the club, one of the few players who are still at the club, who were here from the start. He has joined Histon on a contract until the end of the season on £40 per week. We got a £900 fee for him. This season hasn't really played all too much. To be fair, his stint at #under my reign hasn't exactly been the greatest. His best performing season was this year, and that was only after 4 appearances. So he's left the club. He was our 4th choice centre-back, so it just made sense for all parties, really. Since then, we've not really tried to sign anyone else, but I don't really feel like we need cover in that centre-back position as of right now, in my opinion. Obviously, with players going out the door, Haysom wasn't the only departure. Do you remember that backup right-back that we had who didn't agree a new contract, but we also didn't release him? He decided on his own accord to leave the club. That did mean we need to get another right-back in. Matthew Marsh has come in on a deal until the end of the season. £70 per week as an emergency backup. He's not a bad right-back option, to be honest with you. He's decent for this level. He's played a couple of games so far, not really impressed, but he's coming on off the bench when Beresford is either suspended, tired, injured, that sort of stuff. He's been playing in the Southern League Premier Central, which I'm 99% sure is the division above, so he's not a bad player. Just as of right now, he's going to be a backup, and he's not doing a bad job at that, to be honest. Like I say, with Haysom's departure, it did mean we needed to bring in another centre-back. Tom Bragg, I think, actually came in before Haysom departed, but he is 23 years of age. He's coming in, going to be our backup centre-back for Todd as a right footer, but he's pretty decent himself. Cunningham's been absolutely outstanding, though, so far this season. He's in on £150 a week until the end of the season, averages 6.7 in his matches so far. He's actually recently been playing in the Vanarama National League, in the Vanarama North and South, so he's a very good player with a lot of pedigree so far. Hasn't really lived up to expectation, but he's not been bad whatsoever. He's got the potential to play in the Vanarama North or South, so we've got to enjoy him while we've got him, because this man could be a player who takes us up the football leagues. Football leagues? You know what I'm trying to say. Up the non-league leagues. And our final signing is a striker then. Finlay Lovett has come in on a deal until the end of the season. Again, £95 a week as an emergency backup, 22 years of age. We actually weren't planning on going all out for a striker, and Teniola got injured. He was out for a couple of weeks, so we needed to get another striker in. Finlay Lovett has come in, where he's played a couple of games so far. In fact, he's only actually made the one appearance, because when we signed him, he was injured, and I didn't read the medical report. He was out for about a month or two, so he's played one game so far. He actually didn't start that game. He came on off the bench and got a 6.5, so not a great debut for him. In terms of how we've been getting on then, since you were last with us, the last game you saw was this 2-0 defeat against Deeping Rangers in the FA Trophy second qualifying round. After that, we had a 2-2 draw away at Wroxham, a 3-0 win away at East Thurrock United, an unfortunate 3-1 defeat at home to Brentwood, a 2-1 win at home to VCD, a 3-0 win at home to Romford, a 3-1 win away at Derryham, a 5-0 win at home to Canvey Island. I really wanted to show you this game on camera, and obviously, it would have been a nice game to show you, because that's been our biggest win in a long time, and unfortunately, because it got rearranged for some reason, you didn't get to see that one. We also had a 2-0 win at home to Lowestoft, a 2-2 draw away at Chatham. Teniola missed about 5 clear-cut chances in this game, and he scored the most stupid goal we've ever seen in the 93rd minute. Ball got played over the top, centre-back came out, goalkeeper came out at the same time. They both just hit into each other. The ball went flying out to the winger, and he hit one of the most crazy long shots I've ever seen. Remember, like, Ibrahimovic's overhead kick against England? It was on par with that, with how crazy it was, and it was just a classic Football Manager game. After that, we had a 2-0 win at home to Stowe Mark before a really disappointing 2-1 defeat away at Ipswich Wanderers, who were currently fighting relegation, so that was really annoyed me. Then this 5-4 defeat, win against Lowestoft looks really good, until you realise we were 4-0 up in the game and only ended up winning 5-4. This Tope Fada Sahune, who was recently playing at clubs like Sutton United, so he's not a bad player. He absolutely ran the show. He seems to be pretty decent. In today's episode then, we have AFC Sudbury at home. They're currently 5th in the table. And also Basildon United at home. They're currently 3rd in the table as well. We're currently 4th in the playoffs as of right now, with a 4-point gap between us and 6th. We're currently 8 points though from top of the table. We drew against Wroxham. How different would the league table look though if we'd have got a win in that one? It would have been nice. Obviously we didn't been sat on 35 points. They'd have been on 39 and it looks much better. But yeah, 8 points is a lot to make up with when we are pretty inconsistent. Let's get into the first game then of today's episode against AFC Sudbury. Here we have it then. Here's how we line up before the big one at home to AFC Sudbury. We line up as always in our 4-2-4 formation with Taylor in goal, a back four of Beresford, Dodd, Cunningham and Bateson, with Diabate and Franz in the midfield, Junior and Butler on the wings. Butler recently coming back from an injury. He's not played in a number of weeks, maybe months. So Andrews and Francis are on the bench, but Francis hasn't really been performing over the last couple of weeks. So again, if he keeps this form up, I don't see how he stays here next season. Up front is obviously Teniola and Faney, who has been very good. His finishing is improving. It still is only down as 5, but he's got 14 goal contributions in 15 appearances. So he's certainly not a bad player. He's been our main goal scoring threat this season. Teniola's not too far behind on 11. On the bench, we've got Bragg, Burks, Francis, Andrews and Lover. Hoping to get new signing Lover on the pitch at some point today. On Andrews as well, is it Corey Andrews, who we brought in on a obviously free transfer from somewhere. He's not been bad. He doesn't play really well, but he seems to come up with goals every now and again. So he's in the squad as of right now. As you know, that Randall, who we brought in on loan from Southend, doesn't even make the squad anymore. When he's played, to be fair, recently, he has not done it too bad. 270 people in attendance for today's game. And we've got an early opportunity here. Junior, ball in, that's going to cause problems. Keeper punches, only as far as Franz, who strikes, headed off the line. That would have been a perfect start to today's game. And Franz passes the ball straight to the Sudbury player there, and then he ran away. Now it's a throw-in for Sudbury. Over on the far side, deep in our half. Coleman, De Graft, ball in, looking for the big man up front. De Grucci, good opportunity for him there. Thankfully for our sake, it goes over the bar. We'll get the league table back up here so it updates live as you see it. Sudbury do have a game in hand on us, so a win today would be absolutely massive. They're clearly happy for the point with them putting 8 players behind the ball and just leaving their 3 front men to try and do the job. Junior picks up the ball here, cuts inside and finds Diabate. He's looking to switch to play and he puts a nice ball out wide here, but no one is going to get on the end of that one. And now Campbell finds it into Fitzgerald. Campbell finds it in here to Brass Benning. And now Sudbury are building the ball up very nice. It's a good ball in behind for Derry. Shoots. Big save though from Callum Taylor. He likes them big saves. And he's come out with a nice little starfish save there. And it's now going to be a corner ball for Sudbury. Derry to take. Left-footed in swinger. Ball comes into the box. Low at that front post. Cleared off the line by Bateson. And it's in from Joe Wheatley. His 4th goal of the season. We've been so strong from set pieces this season. That one is just... It's just not great, is it? I mean, it's a good flick at the near post. I have no idea why Taylor's on the floor. Then Franz, Bateson and Taylor all get in the way of one another. And from absolutely nothing. I mean, statistically, Sudbury have been the better side so far. It doesn't feel that way from the highlights that we've seen. But still quite frustrating. This could be a red card here. It is. Referee brings out the second yellow. And Sudbury are down to 10 men with only 20 minutes gone. He sarcastically claps in the referee's face. And this is now a big opportunity for us. Right? We've got to tell them to focus the play in the wide areas, get the overlaps in, because they're going to just play really narrow now. Cunningham with the free kick. He plays it into Franz. Diabate finds Teniola. Diabate finds Beresford once more. Ball played down the line looking for Teniola. He's just not that type of striker you want to be playing it in behind for. Dodd now finds Diabate. Beresford. What can he do? If it goes down the line into Junior, who's been really impressive so far this season, cuts back and finds Diabate. Into Junior once more. Ball, great ball in, and somehow Faney's not scored. He was onside as well. I know he's offside. I mean, the assistant didn't have his flag up, so I don't know why the commentary says that. We're going to go on to attacking, actually. I know it's only early, but they've got 10 men. They're going to be hard to break down, and we need a goal. Corner ball here. Beresford, right-footed outswinger, looking for Faney at that back post, and Fabio Faney, who's not even 6 foot, is an absolutely massive threat from set pieces, and we've been much better from set pieces this year. In non-league, you've got to be good from set pieces, and Faney with a brilliant header off the post and in. That's why you always got to put players on your front and back post. And just before half-time, with our first shot on target of the match, we are now back level into today's game. It looks like Wroxham are not playing as well today, so it applies a little bit of pressure on them. We're back in the game. I'm still far from pleased with what I've seen, but but obviously it's nice to be back level. Let's go and get a winner now. Underway for the second half as Beresford shoots from this free kick, saved by the keeper. Junior somehow hasn't scored. It's cleared off the line, and how on earth are we not winning this game? Diabate picks up the ball here, but that is at the end of the highlight, unfortunately. Free kick here for Sudbury, sent forward by the goalkeeper. Diabate underneath that, only finds Berry though, and it is now with Tibbs at the back. Coleman de Graft picks it up, loose touch though, and Beresford will capitalise on that. Surely drag back there, referee. How on earth have you missed that one? And it's now with Wheatley, the goal scorer. Sends one over the top, but Bateson will nod that one back into Callum Taylor's path. 10 minutes into the second half here. We've certainly been the better team since their red card, as you would expect really. We've got a couple substitutions in the line. We'll see what happens with this highlight though, as Beresford will pick up the ball here, finds Junior. He goes inside to Diabate. Now Franz looking to create something. He switches it very nicely into Bateson. Interesting pass, it finds Feeney, cuts inside, beats a man, Teniola shoots, scores, shocking goalkeeping, we don't care. Alex Teniola is finally back on the score sheet, his 12th goal of the season. Our big 6'2" target man has scored with his foot. I mean, that switch from Franz is where it all came from. Interesting pass from Bateson there, but it worked. Feeney again at the heart of our goal scoring threat, and Teniola from outside the box smashes it past Esophagus? I don't really know how you pronounce his second name. Either way, we're winning against a very good team. An hour gone on the clock. We'll praise them and make a double substitution. Junior is going to come off here for... We're going to put Feeney on the right, and we're going to bring Junior off here for Finlay Lovett. Give him his first opportunity on camera. And second change of the game, Tom Bragg is going to come on for Taylor Dodd, who's tired and not exactly playing well. Half an hour to go. Hopefully we can see this one out as Feeney, playing on the right-hand side, swings a great ball in, looking for Lovett. His first chance of the game heads over the bar. The Sudbury goalkeeper has the ball here, and he looks to hammer a ball forward. It's a great piece of distribution there, but Bragg is underneath that one. A little bit of a taller centre-half, so it provides a little bit more physicality at the back for us. Beresford now, he's been really good this season. Great ball over the top into Teniola to wrap the game up. He's hit the crossbar. How many times have we hit the woodwork this season? You could probably count it on 20 people's hands. We've hit the crossbar what feels like 10 times a game. Beresford now with this corner kick over on that far side. Right footed in swinger, looking for that front post. Butler has not really impressed in this game. He's now going to come off for Corey Andrews on that left hand side. He's got 15 minutes to try and affect this game, and then I'll look into maybe change things up there. I don't know if that was a substitution or they're looking to change things around. Either way, they're just trying to try everything at the moment. Throwing over on the far side. If Sudbury score here, it will be very undeserved in my opinion. They've offered nothing since that red card, and Oliver Berry's just stuck one in the top corner with 3 minutes left on the clock. I mean, it's an outstanding goal, but it's completely undeserved. After the 20th minute, it's been all hashtag. We haven't managed to get that third goal to give us that 2-goal lead. And from what seems like absolutely out of nowhere, he's stuck that one. I mean, does that get any more top corner than that? Could we have closed that down a little bit better? That's frustrating, isn't it? They're going to probably rob a point here. Completely against the run of play. We thoroughly deserve all 3 points today, and this will be really, really disappointing unless we can get on the score sheet here. Lovett picks it up. Little bit of lag, but he swings it in. Is he onside? I feel like he's not. I feel like he's really not. He's not. The referee and the linesman have disallowed it. I mean, that's a double whammy there, isn't it? A misery compiler, some would say. I mean, he's definitely offside. I can't really have any complaints about that. He's definitely offside. That's just so frustrating. And unfortunately, like what I say, it is just going to be a point for us today in the first game of today's episode. We'll thrash the arms. Not good enough what we saw out there today. We now have to go and win. We have to beat Basildon United. They're a very good team. We're at home again though. There was promising signs in that match. Again, we'll make a couple of changes and we'll try and get the best out of some of these players. As of right now, 7 points, but Wroxham have a game in hand that could go to 10 points. That needed to be a win there, which is frustrating. I think this season is going to be unlikely we win the league. It might be playoffs once more, and I'll have a great track record in the playoffs. Let's get into the second game then of today's episode at home to Basildon United. Well, isn't this lovely, eh? I am willing to offer you a new 2-year contract on £15 a week. He's really blowing the boat out for us there. When does our current contract expire? It expires at the end of this season, so we're definitely going to take this up. We're going to start negotiations with the football club. We just, again, as always, give me £3 a week. That's more than fine by me. I don't need a promotion wage rise. I don't need a percentage of compensation relegation. Give me a 50% wage drop if we get relegated, but give me a contract extension of 1 year if I manage to finally get promoted. So we're definitely going to be here until at least the end of next season now, unless the sackers. They want us to play defensive football and make the most of set pieces while playing direct. I mean, we're not doing any of this at the moment, so maybe that's not good, but it's always nice to sign the new contract, isn't it? That should eventually go through over the next couple of days. It might even go through before this game against Basildon. Either way, really happy to sign the new contract with the football club. Lovely stuff. On £3 per week, I am now here with Hashtag until at least the end of next season. Here we have it then. Here's how we line up for the second game of today's episode at home to Basildon United. We line up with Taylor in goal, a back four of Beresford, Bragg, Cunningham and Bates, and with Diabate and DPD getting the nod in that midfield. He's played really well over his last 5 matches, so he's back in the midfield with Junior and Butler on the wings, Teniola and Faney up front. On the bench we've got Dodd, Burks, Franz, Andrews and Lovett. Again, hoping for a win here. A win would be massive after a disappointing draw in the last game. I feel like we played well, we deserved the win, but at the end of the day, the game is won with the ball in the back of the net. Whoever does that most, I know it's pretty Michael Owen punditry there, but it's a cold hard fact, isn't it? Whoever scores the most goals will win the football match, and we didn't score enough to win the football match in the last game. We're underway though for today's one, 5 minutes in, not exactly been a thriller so far. Beresford still with his free kick. He's scored a decent amount of free kicks so far this season. I feel like he's going to shoot from this one as well. He does shoot, he curls it. Brilliant save though from the Basildon goalkeeper. Lomax gets down well to his left hand side. He tips that one round the post, and we will now have a corner ball. DPD with a right footed outswinger, deep ball in, looking for Faney, cleared away by Pollock, only as far as Bragg. He twists and turns and goes back into Beresford, clips it forward, looking for Teniola, Faney. I guess we'll never know. The highlight ends there. 10 minutes in, it's been all Hashtag so far, but nothing to show from it in this first 20 minutes. I tell you what, it has been a very, very boring first half. Nothing else has happened. We've controlled possession, 63% of the ball, loads of shots, a couple of shots on target, but nothing has happened. No highlights to show for it. We're going to thrash the arms. Far from pleased. I mean, again, we're looking very solid defensively, but we're not creating enough going forward. I'm trying different combinations of strikers and wingers and all this sort of stuff, but not a lot really seems to be happening from a creative point of view. I feel like we need to make some changes here. An hour on the clock, still nothing has happened, nothing's changed, so it just makes sense to make changes. Faney's going to go over on that right hand side. Lovett is going to come on as we're actually going to change him from an advanced forward to be a poacher. He's much better at being a poacher. I mean, Butler's not really doing much, so he's going to come off for Corey Andrews. Final change of the game. I think we're finally going to get Franz on. It is going to be for Diabate, though. We're going to play him as an attacking central midfielder, and DPD is now going to play as a Mazzala. We're going more attacking. We want the win today. Fingers crossed we can come up with it, but there is a highlight here. I don't know if this is because we've tried to make a substitution, or this is an actual highlight. Junior, he cuts back and finds Diabate. Shoots on the left foot, high, wide, not very handsome. Oh dear, this could cause us a lot of trouble. Free kick for Basildon, right on the edge of our penalty area here. I'm not feeling too confident. I mean, this wall is set up absolutely horrendously, isn't it? It's not marking either side. I mean, that is one of the worst walls in history. It wasn't left, it wasn't right. The keeper's also stood in the middle. We might as well have all just stood out of the way and let him have a free shot goal from 20 yards out, because that is an eyesore. That is absolutely shocking. This episode is not going to plan as always. We're going to give him some encouragement, but it doesn't like it's going to be a win today. We now find ourselves 10 points from top of the league, and Wroxham have a game in hand. I feel like the title has slipped away from us now, and unfortunately, 2 big games in today's episode. We haven't really shown up in either of them from a results point of view. Again, the performances have been good. We're playing well. The tactics seem to be working, but we're just not putting the ball in the back of the net enough, and I don't really know what else we can do about that. Do we need to sign more strikers? Do we need to sign more wingers? I don't really know what to do, because we've still got about £300-400 a week to spend in the wage budget. Love it. In on goal here, taken down. Andrews, get out of the club. You will never play ever again. That is embarrassing from Corey Andrews. We dropped Jermaine Francis out of the squad completely to give Andrews an opportunity today. That has made me actually physically angry. That is absolutely shocking. That's going to be the end of the game unless something happens from this free kick. The ball is cleared away only as far as Richards. He'll be looking to get this one back into the box. Can we maybe win the ball back here? Oni driving forward, shoots from distance. What a goal that would be. Price is going to tap home. Is he onside? He is onside. It's 2-0 to Basildon. Wow. DPD swings a corner in, cleared away. I presume that's going to be the end of the game. Faney with another high, wide, and definitely not handsome attempt. No, this goal was disallowed. What on earth is going on here? Yeah, I was going to say he was clearly miles offside there. That's going to be the end of the game, though. It's 1 point picked up from 2 games in today's episode. Throwing the water bottle, you were not good enough. That was absolutely pathetic. Overall, a really disappointing episode from a results point of view. We now drop out of the playoffs, and definitely looks very unlikely we will be winning the league this season. I'm going to leave it there, though, for today's episode. If you have enjoyed, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. If you could try and hit 20 likes, as I said at the start of today's video, that would be massively appreciated. Subscribe if you are new as well. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so please make sure you are subscribed. If you haven't already, with that post notification bell on, it's free to do so, and it does massively help out. Drop a comment in as well down in the comment section down below to help boost the video in the YouTube algorithm. As always, all feedback and tips and all that sort of stuff is massively appreciated. We've received a transfer offer here from Jermaine Francis. I'm going to leave this one up to you. Let me know down in the comment section down below. Do we cash in or not? Thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you very soon for another one. Peace.